Most families spend between $5,000 and $8,000 on their first cruise with kids, and a big chunk of that money gets wasted. Not because the cruise was bad, but because of mistakes that were completely avoidable. The wrong ship, the wrong cabin, a $400 surprise charge from the ship's arcade that nobody saw coming, kids who were bored by day two. These things happen on almost every first family cruise, and they all could have been avoided with the right information. We're going through the 10 biggest mistakes first-time cruise parents make and exactly what to do instead. Real quick, if you're new here, hit subscribe. We post honest cruise tips every week, the kind that save you real money and real stress before you ever step on a ship. Let's come back to the topic. Mistake 1, choosing the wrong cruise line. This is where it all starts, and where most families go wrong before they've paid a deposit. Cruise lines are not all the same. Some are built for families with young kids. Some work better for teens. And a few, like Viking and Virgin Voyages, don't allow children at all. Royal Caribbean and Disney Cruise Line are the strongest picks for families with kids under 12. Carnival is solid and casual. Norwegian works well, especially with older kids and teens. Lines like Celebrity or Holland America skew much older. Don't pick based on price alone. Find the line that fits your kids' ages first, then look at cost. Mistake 2, booking an interior cabin. Interior cabins are cheaper, but with young kids, they create a very specific problem. There is no natural light. None. And when your 4-year-old wakes up at 5:30 in the morning, which they will, you are stuck in a pitch-black room with nowhere to go without waking everyone else up. No light also means kids can't settle into a normal sleep rhythm. That gets harder the longer the sailing goes. A balcony gives you breathing room. Step outside with your coffee while the kids sleep. On sea days, it becomes some of the most valuable space on the entire ship. If a balcony is too expensive, go ocean view at minimum. Avoid interior with young kids. Mistake 3, flying in on embarkation day. Ships don't wait. If your flight gets delayed, if there's traffic, if anything at all goes wrong on travel day, the ship leaves without you. You then fly to the next port at your own cost. This happens more than you'd think. Now, former cruise directors consistently name this as one of the most common family disasters they deal with. The fix is simple. Fly in the night before, book a hotel near the port. Yes, it's one extra expense, but compare that to losing an entire cruise day or the whole trip. Fly in the day before. No exceptions. Mistake 4, skipping kids club registration on day 1. Kids clubs on Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Disney are genuinely great. They're supervised, fun, age-appropriate, and they give parents actual free time. But there's one thing that makes or breaks whether your kid actually enjoys it. Timing. Kids who show up on day 1 form friend groups right away. If your child shows up on day 3 trying to join a group that's already bonded, it's awkward. They feel out of place, and they stop wanting to go back. Get to registration on the first day. Get your kids to the first night event. That 1 hour on day 1 pays off for the rest of the sailing. One thing to know, late night childcare after 10 p.m. usually costs extra, around $6 to $9 per hour depending on the cruise line. Don't assume it's included. Mistake 5, overscheduling shore excursions. First-timers feel like they need to fill every port day. You've paid for 5 destinations. Shouldn't you make the most of each one? The problem is kids hit a wall. An 8-hour sightseeing tour in Caribbean heat will break a 7-year-old. And while everyone's ashore, the ship is nearly empty. The pools are quiet. The water slides have no line. The ship you paid for is right there, and it's the best it'll be all week. Pick 1 or 2 excursions that really matter to your family. Keep the others light. And when you do book, choose based on what works for the youngest person in your group, not what sounds best to you. Mistake 6, not watching onboard spending. This is where the end of cruise shock bill comes from, and it catches first-timers every single time. When you board, where your stateroom key gets linked to a payment account, everything costs money. Arcade games, specialty restaurants, photo packages, certain onboard activities, even bottled water. And your kids' key cards can be linked to that same account. So when your 10-year-old takes their card to the arcade while you're at the pool, They're spending your money without you knowing. Families on cruise forums have reported mystery charges of $200, $300, even $400 just from kids' activity spending alone. On day one, go to guest services, set a daily limit for the kids' cards, or remove their charging access completely. Then check your account balance each evening in the cruise app. Every major line has one now. Use it. Mistake 7. No safety plan for kids on the ship. These ships are huge. Some have 15 decks and carry thousands of passengers. And every single corridor looks identical. Young kids get lost here more easily than almost anywhere else. There are no obvious landmarks. One hallway looks exactly like the next. Before anyone goes exploring on day one, set up a simple plan. Every child who's old enough should know their cabin number and their deck number. Not just the room, the actual number. Pick one clear meeting spot if anyone gets separated. The guest services desk works well because it's easy to find on any ship. And if older kids are moving around the ship on their own, use the cruise line's app for messaging. Regular cell service on board is either unavailable or very expensive. Mistake 8. Packing wrong. 2 opposite packing mistakes. Both are very common. First, overpacking clothes. On a cruise, you live in swimwear on sea days and casual clothes at port. Most lines have laundry facilities. You don't need a full outfit change for every person every day. Families consistently come home with half their suitcase untouched. Second, underpacking the things that actually matter. Motion sickness medication for kids is the big one, especially for the first night or sea days. Sunscreen, a basic first aid kit, and if you have toddlers, swim diapers. Some pools require them and you cannot always buy them on the ship. Pack light on clothes. Pack smart on the essentials. Mistake 9. Forgetting about your teenager. Teenagers are the hardest age group to cruise with. They've aged out of kids club, which mostly stops at 12, and the teen program, usually 13 to 17-year-olds, varies a lot between ships and cruise lines. Here's the pattern that repeats constantly. Teens who miss the first night teen event end up disengaging from the whole program. Friend groups form fast on a ship. If your teenager skips that first night because they're tired or not feeling social, they lose the window. And a bored, disconnected 15-year-old will make the whole trip feel heavier. The solution starts before you even book. Let them help choose the ship. Show them the features built for their age. Rock climbing, go-karts, teen lounges. Buy-in before departure leads to engagement once you're on board. Mistake 10. Treating a cruise like a resort. A resort just runs. You show up, everything is available whenever you want, and there's no real schedule to follow. A cruise doesn't work like that. Dining rooms have specific hours. Entertainment has showtimes. While shore excursions have hard all-aboard deadlines. Miss yours and you are literally left behind in a foreign country, finding your own way to the next port. Kids' activities have start times. Specialty restaurants book out fast. The families who have a great first cruise are the ones who spent 20 minutes looking at the ship map and the daily schedule before boarding. That small bit of prep changes everything. And that prep mindset is really what ties all of this together. The families who struggle on their first cruise are the ones who showed up expecting it to figure itself out. The ones who love it just knew what to expect going in. So which of these mistakes is the one you're most worried about? Drop it in the comments. And if you've already done a family cruise, what would you add to this list? Where the comments on these videos become one of the best resources for other parents planning their first trip. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more first-time cruise families. And subscribe if you haven't yet. We put out cruise tips and insider knowledge every week over at Cruise Unfiltered.